Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be drafting a pattern for trouser, and we are going to be drafting it with a zipper and with a waistband. So this is what you need is your pattern paper and your ruler and everything that you need to use for your pattern drafting. So the first thing, I have already drew out the starting line, and the starting line is going to serve as our waistband. So now I mark out 2 inch, but the waistband is going to be 1.5 inch. Then the half inch is going to be for our sewing allowance, and then from the starting line I'm going to come down to my hip line, and then I will mark my hip line. Then from my hip line I'm going to look for my cross line. To get your cross line, you can sit on a chair, and then you measure yourself from your waistline to your hip, and then whatever it gives you, that is what you're going to mark it. So after marking my starting point to my hip line, and then I'll go ahead and draw out my line. And then the next thing I'm going to do is to get my tie line. So the tie line, I will come down by 4 inch, and then I will draw out my line. And then the next measurement I'm going to do is to take from my starting line to my knee line. So I'm going to be taking 20 inch. So then I'm going to go down to the length of my trouser. I'm going to be using a 39 inch. So you can do the same thing on your own. After that, I'll go ahead and draw out my line. So after inputting all these lines, the next thing I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and draw a straight line, like 1 inch in from the center fold down to the end of our dress, which is going to serve as our starting line. So after drawing out my line, what I'm going to do now is to go ahead and mark my hip measurement divided by 4 from that starting point now. Then I will now mark it. I will do the same thing on the hip line, and then I will mark it from the cross line. I will draw it to my waistline to have a straight line like this. So the next measurement I'm going to be taking now is going to be our cross depth, like the depth of our cross line, so like the cross extension. So I'm going to measure that my hip measurement divided by 4, and then I will divide it by 4 again. Whatever it gives me, I'll go ahead and insert it here to get my cross extension. So after that, I will take my tape up. I will mark 1 inch up, then I'll go ahead and connect it to my hip line. I will connect the point like this to my hip line, and then what I'm going to do now is to go ahead and take my waist measurement divided by 4, and then I will add 1 inch for my darts, and then I will add 1 inch for my sewing allowance. So you can go ahead and do the same thing. So after inserting it, I'll go ahead and connect it to my hip line. So after connecting it, this is what it looks like. So the next measurement I'm going to be doing now is to go ahead and take our center, like the center of our trouser. So now I will divide my cross measurement into 2, and then I will go ahead and mark it. Like anything it gives me, I'll go ahead and mark it and connect it from the beginning of our trouser down to the end of our trouser, just as you see me do like this. So I will just go ahead and connect it together and mark it to the end of our trouser. Remember what I said about getting the center fold? You divide your cross measurement, like you put your tape and then you divide it into 2, and then you now mark it So this is what it looks like. So now from here, now we are going to go ahead and start putting in our round leg measurement. Like I'm going to be starting with the thigh measurement divided by 2. So now what we are going to be taking our measurement, we are going to be taking it from the center, like from the line that we mark. So we are going to be marking it. If your thigh is 10, so you are going to place, you are going to divide the 10 into 2, and then and then you place it on the center, and then you mark 5 and like on the both sides, and then I will come down to my nail measurement. I will divide it into 2. I will mark it just as you see me do, like this, and then after marking it, I will connect it together, and then I will also come down to my ankle measurement. I will divide it by 2, and then I will place the tape on the center fold. I will mark 4 out, and then I will mark 4 inch inside, just as you see me do, because mine is 8, so I will mark it like that. So the next thing we are going to do now is to go ahead and start connecting the point together. We are going to connect both the center fold and the other part together, just as you see me do. You connect it down to the end of your trouser. And then on this other part now, we are going to use this curve ruler to rule out this other part, and then we'll now use our ruler now to roll it down to the end of our trouser. So after drawing our line, this is what it looks like. As you can see, our trouser is already set. So now the next thing I am going to do is to go ahead and start taking my dart. So I will take half an inch on the both side. After taking off half an inch on the both side, I will come down by 4 inch from the starting point. I will mark 4 inch. Then I will use my ruler and connect it like this. So guys, the next thing we are going to do now is to go ahead and cut out our trouser. So now what we are going to do now is to take our zipper. You know, the time we were cutting it, we were marking it, we did not cut out our zipper. So now for the zipper, I'm going to go out by 2 inch. I'm going to extend it by 2 inch. Then I will take it to the hip line. I will also mark the 2 inch. After marking it, I'll go ahead and use my ruler and rule it and join the point together. Just as you see me do like this, I will just use my ruler and connect the 2 points together like this. So now I will just use my ruler now and curve it and curve this part small to the cross line, just like this, and then I will take my scissor and cut it and cut it out. So after cutting it out, I will now take out the waistband. Then when I want to cut it on my clothes, I will now have to add back the waistband. So guys, I am done cutting it. So what I'm going to do now is to go ahead and start cutting the back piece. So to cut the back piece, I have to bend the zipper allowance inside. So as you can see that the zipper allowance is only going to be on the front side. So now what I'm going to do now is to go ahead and cut and mark my pocket hole. So now I'm for the width, I am taking 2.5 inch, and then for the depth of our pocket hole, I am taking 6 inch. After taking it, I'll go ahead and use my curve ruler and rule it out. So now I have joined the back pattern together now. So I will just go ahead and take my cross measurement, whatever I added to the front, that is what I'm going to add to the back. So it's 2 inch, so I will go ahead and add it. Then I will come up to the hip line, I will add the same 2 inch. So now After adding it, I will now come down to the cross line, this other part. I will measure it, and then I will divide it by 2 again, and then whatever it gives me, I will come to the starting of our dress. I will mark the 2-inch up, and then I will now join the point together to the cross line, just as you see me do like this. And this is what it looks and this is what it looks like after marking it. So guys, guys, the like, we are going to end here today, because while I was marking this trouser, I didn't know that my video ended because of space issue. So I've already finished cutting the trouser, doing everything. I didn't know that the video has ended long ago. So until when I was done, so I needed to go back and check, only to find out that the other part, like the finishing part of this trouser, did not record. So now I'm going to look for a way and clear out my space. So I'm going to do the part 2, the continuation of this trouser, and post it on my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and please do well to subscribe to this channel. Bye.